Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Charlie and I'm the Senior Editor, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Julian Rio, Vice President of International Marketing at RingCentral. Julian, it's great to have you with us. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, it's really great to talk to you, and I think it's going to be exciting to kind of hear about RingCentral and kind of your plans for the future. But first of all, I don't know if you could just give us a quick little introduction to RingCentral and what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. So, RingCentral is a company that was born in the cloud. That's pretty important. And that only focuses around making communication simpler and effortless for really everyone, whether you're talking about internal employees, external customers. That's really our focus here. And we make it through a bunch of different technologies and solutions, all in one app, all centralized, all simplified. And we do this for over 400,000 customers around the globe.
Excellent. Yeah, and I know that was quite because it brings Central have such a big portfolio. It's quite interesting. There's so many different areas that we could delve into. But I think my next question for you would be kind of where are your customers currently seeing most value in customer experience?
Well, I think the first thing I would say is anyone has probably noticed that things have changed quite a bit in the past couple of years. And while probably no one could have predicted 3 years ago that there would be this hybrid world we live in with people working from home, people in the office, that did happen. And where most of our customers see the biggest value is the fact that we're born in the cloud, the fact that we're specialized in communication and collaboration made it incredibly easy at the beginning of the pandemic, throughout the pandemic, and today for companies to move into a hybrid system. That's very important for companies. That's very important for their customers, because if you want to make sure your customers get the best service, you need to make sure that the company is able to sustain, the requests coming in. But it's incredibly important for employees as well, because we've all heard of the Great Resignation, and people want more meaning, and they want to be able to work from home or hybrid, or everyone has their own perception, and being able to serve that is very important. So that's probably the first pillar. The second pillar is probably around automation, I would say, artificial intelligence. All those they're not just buzzwords. They actually have an impact. We've been talking about this since 2017 now, but what we see is that when you are able to automate your basic processes quickly, not only you reduce the cost for the company, not only you make it more convenient for the company, but you also make it better for the agents. Because again, we go back to employees looking at more meaning. When you don't ask your agents to respond 50 times a day to I forgot my password, but you automate that, well, they now can look into more meaningful conversation and feel like they are valued for what they are bringing to the table. And probably the last piece I would add to that is everything around voice. We tend to consider that voice and telephony is a thing of the past that, you can't evolve anymore. But it could not be further from the truth. There are so many new technologies around voice, around understanding the emotion, and around making sense of sentiment, around building voice messaging, doing call deflections, filtering spam. There's so many new things happening, and that's incredibly exciting. And obviously our customers see that difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those three kind of pillars, as you said, are very interesting. The hybrid work, the artificial intelligence and automation, but then also kind of the voice innovation as well is particularly interesting, especially with the growth of smart speakers and smart displays and things like that. I think, as you say, that is a big growing channel, and it's going to be interesting to kind of see how that evolves. But kind of staying in the present moment for now, what have been the most popular products within the RingCentral portfolio in recent times, and why do you think that is?
Well, the first half of the RingCentral portfolio is everything about internal communication and collaboration. So we could break it down into multiple products, because obviously there is the voice with telephony, there is messaging so that you keep in touch with your team, there's everything about video conferencing, there are the webinars products, and so on. But the truth is, I'm not sure one is more important than the other. I think what really matters is that everything is merged into a single platform, because nowadays, you may be taking a meeting from your phone or your laptop or your desktop computer. You might be in your car or at home or in the office. There are so many different ways of working today that you don't have one product that's more important than the other. What does matter is that everything is merged and everything is communicating together. And then obviously the other half of the RingCentral portfolio is everything around contact center. And this has been incredibly important for so many customers, especially in the past couple of years, but generally speaking, because being able to merge, again, that's all about, simplifying things by merging the channels together, being able to answer your digital channels as well as your voice channel, your traditional ones or your new ones, everything within one platform, just makes it so much easier for the company, for the agent, and it gives a much better customer experience for the end consumer that finally has the same experience regardless of the channels they've been using. So that's really a mix of that. And as I was saying earlier, the voice is playing a big role in this because there's so many new things happening in the world of voice that both impact the contact center side of thing and the internal communication side of thing. Voice is a major element of communication, generally speaking.
Yeah, I think there's lots of really interesting points. And then that kind of combination of kind of UCaaS and CCaaS solutions coming together is a huge trend, as you kind of say. And it was interesting, I was reading the other day about kind of the success of the RingCentral Microsoft Teams integration as well. I think that fits very nicely into kind of everything that you're saying. So lots of really good stuff. But now just kind of looking further ahead into the future, what will RingCentral be working on in the next 12 months and why?
Well, I think we can look even beyond that. I think for the next foreseeable future, one big element of our growth is around global expansion. That's no secret. We already in Europe. We have offices in the UK, in Germany, in France. We have people in Australia. We have people everywhere. But one big thing we're going to be doing is growing in a major way in Europe. Obviously, there's such opportunity there, and we have a pretty strong foothold already. So it's just about growing this, and also across Asia. You've seen all the announcements we've made around what we are now doing in India, what we are doing in Singapore, and so on and so forth. And we want to continue developing that business because we really have a solution that makes a difference. Still going on the announcement without revealing any secret here, we are a very partner-oriented company. We've had so many strategic partnerships announced over the past 24, 36 months. And we're going to continue that because we have an award-winning channel program. We have a very strong GSP partners program. And there is no reason for us to stop there. We're still growing that, and that's still a major pillar of our success. And the last piece that I would say moving forward is obviously the product. We are one of those cloud-based companies that are investing a huge amount of our revenue into developing the product because we really believe the product is at the heart of everything. So focusing on UC plus CC, as you said earlier, because communication collaboration really have to come together, whether it's internal or external. Getting closer to our customers, getting their feedback to improve our product, looking at AI and automation, as I was saying earlier, is incredibly important. And the whole thing about global teams. I have people in my team across 8 countries, 3 continents, so I can tell you what it is to manage global teams with different time zones and different agendas and everything. You need to have technology to be able to do this properly, and that's exactly what we're doing and what we will continue developing moving forward.
Yeah, again, lots of really great stuff, and it's really interesting to kind of hear. There's so many strands to your future strategy, and I think lots of really interesting stuff there. And a kind of final question from me now is, where can our viewers go to find out more about RingCentral and kind of your future goals and current kind of offerings?
Well, you probably can start with a CX Summit booth because you're going to find tons of information there around our customer stories, some of our bigger customers in the UK, the rest of Europe, the rest of the world, really. You'll find a lot of information around different offerings, contact center, but also MVP. And definitely reach out to us on RingCentral website as well. That's probably where you'll find the whole breadth of information.
Excellent. Yeah, Julian, it's been really great to talk to you, and I've kind of learned a lot. And I think that's a perfect place to end today's conversation. So thank you very much for joining me.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the invite, and looking forward to doing this again soon then.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you to everybody who's watching. Bye for now, and see you again soon.